Whew, buckle up, fam, because tonight's gossip train is making all the stops. And trust me, you don't want to miss a second. Let's dive straight into the chaos. First up, Matt and Jasmine. After months of drama, love confessions, and that messy, we're just friends, but we share a baby storyline, Matt may have finally walked out for good. And the way he dropped hints on Instagram, fans say it looked like an emotional breakup announcement. Jasmine's clapback about being his post office just made things even messier. Post office, broken heart. Jenny and Sumit thought opening a cafe would solve their money woes, but their very first customer literally ran away before the order was even served. Awkward doesn't even begin to cover it. Next up, Guillermo and Cara. Breakup rumors are swirling and custody whispers are spreading. Guillermo has been posting nonstop with little Nicolas, sparking speculation he's the main caretaker. But are they co-parenting peacefully? Or is custody drama brewing behind the scenes? Baby camera. And then there's Sophie. She's blasting Rob for allegedly getting her uninvited from the Hunt for Love tell-all with one of his infamous meltdowns. Sophie says Rob's man tantrum sabotaged her shot at the spotlight while he was busy bragging about his hookups. Popcorn. Fire. But hold on, because the crossover we never saw coming just dropped. Did Darcy and Stacy really team up with the 1,000-pound sister star Tammy Slaton for their House of 11 brand? Tammy rocked their gear on social media and fans are shook. Business collab or just a friendly gift? Either way, the buzz is real. Twin girls sticking tight, t-shirt. And finally, Jasmine again. This time, she's setting the record straight on her shocking pregnancy timeline. Was Gino right all along? She admits she only found out during a routine doctor's visit, and the confession is about to explode on season 9. Pregnant? Clock. Now, let's roll straight into our first story. Matt and Jasmine's relationship in free fall. Matt finally hits his breaking point with Jasmine, and it's playing out right in front of the cameras and on Instagram. These two have been stuck in a will they, won't they spiral for months, but Matt's latest move suggests the roller coaster might actually be over. And Jasmine's clapback, it's as messy as ever. So here's the tea. For months, fans have watched Matt and Jasmine's relationship wobble between romantic couple and awkward friends with a baby. Remember, Jasmine herself admitted they were just friends even while cradling their newborn and traveling hand in hand with Matt. Not exactly your typical friendship setup. But now the cracks are wide open. Under one of Jasmine's recent Instagram posts, Matt dropped what looked like a full-blown breakup announcement disguised as a comment. He poured his heart out, saying he'd loved her, waited for her, and believed in their togetherness, only to realize his affection wasn't being returned. In his words, begging for love just wore him down. Fans immediately flooded the thread, worried about his emotional state and pointing out how raw and vulnerable his message felt. And Jasmine's response? Pure fire. She clapped back publicly, asking why he had to post such things online, accusing him of making her look like the bad guy. Then in a jaw-dropping line, she told him to pick up your mail because I'm not a post office. Talk about savage. Post office, fire. Of course, fans latched onto that line instantly, turning post office into a meme across Reddit and Instagram Reels. Some said Jasmine was mocking Matt while secretly trying to bait him back. Others think it was her way of reminding him she still controls the narrative. Either way, the tension is dripping off every word. Adding fuel to the fire, Jasmine has just come off the heels of pregnancy timeline drama tied to Matt and Gino, which makes her credibility even shakier in the eyes of fans. Viewers are questioning whether her sharp response to Matt's heartfelt post is less about protecting herself and more about distracting from other scandals. Meanwhile, fans aren't buying the just friends narrative anymore. One Redditor summed it up best. Friends don't raise a baby together, jet set to Europe, and then air out their dirty laundry on Instagram. That's not friendship, that's a full-blown train-wrecked romance. So where does this leave us? A heartbroken Matt, who clearly tried to keep things alive, now signaling he's done. A defensive Jasmine, lashing back while hinting at life abroad. And a fandom eating up every messy detail. Popcorn sales must be skyrocketing somewhere. Don't touch that dial, because if you thought Matt and Jasmine were chaotic, wait until you see Jenny and Sumit's new business venture. Their very first cafe customer didn't just complain, he straight up bolted. Let's rewind. Jenny and Sumit have been under serious financial pressure since Sumit lost his chef job, and fans have been wondering how they'd stay afloat. The solution? Start a family cafe, leaning on Sumit's kitchen experience. On paper, it made sense. He knows his way around a grill, Jenny's got charm, and together they could finally bring in some steady cash. But when TLC dropped the trailer of their cafe debut, the grand opening was anything but smooth. The very first customer, yes, customer number 1, walked in ready for coffee and conversation. Instead, he got Jenny fumbling with a machine she clearly had no idea how to use. Cameras caught her admitting she was new at this while the poor guy stood waiting and waiting. Cue the awkward pause and then the exit. The man literally walked out without his order. Talk about a brutal Yelp review in the making. And here's where the tension kicks up. Sumit, visibly frustrated, reminded Jenny she had to make things better. Jenny, never one to hold her tongue, snapped right back, saying she was trying her best. That exchange alone had fans buzzing online. One Twitter user joked, "Jenny versus the espresso machine is the crossover fight we didn't know we needed." Behind the laughs, though, there's real pressure. This cafe isn't just a vanity project, it's survival. With Sumit unemployed and Jenny already stretched thin, failure here could mean major trouble. The couple's financial safety net is wearing thin, and unlike some other TLC couples, they don't have big endorsement deals or influencer money rolling in. The cafe itself is also creating new family drama. Remember, Sumit's relatives have never exactly rolled out the welcome mat for Jenny. Now the cafe is supposedly a family project, which means more in-laws in her space, more clashing expectations, and more potential for fireworks. Imagine trying to pull espresso shots while fending off passive-aggressive comments from your husband's relatives. The stress is real. Fans are divided. Some think the cafe is doomed if Jenny doesn't step up and learn the basics fast. Others see this as another TLC-manufactured disaster designed for maximum cringe factor. Even Jenny's body language in the trailer screamed exhaustion. Sweating over the coffee machine, apologizing to the customer, then snapping at Sumit, it painted a picture of someone overwhelmed, not empowered. And with TLC cameras rolling, every mistake becomes permanent reality TV gold. So is this cafe their golden ticket to financial freedom, or the first episode of 90-Day Kitchen Nightmares? Keep it locked, because if Jenny and Sumit's cafe chaos wasn't enough, the next update takes us into full-on custody drama. Guillermo and Cara split rumors are heating up, and fans are convinced Guillermo has already snagged full custody of little Nicolas. Okay, here's what's going down. Guillermo and Cara's relationship has been shaky for months, with whispers of cheating, messy communication, and both sides pointing fingers. On the show, we've seen jealousy, fights over independence, and constant tension. But now, fans believe their split might be official, and custody of their little boy Nicolas is suddenly the hot topic. So why the speculation? Guillermo's social media. Recently, he dropped a string of photos with Nicolas. Think zoo trips, birthday celebrations, and even the classic first day of school shot. These weren't just casual uploads. The vibe screamed proud single dad. One fan commented, "Every pic is Guillermo and the baby. Where's Cara?" That's what lit the fire. Adding fuel, both Cara and Guillermo have scrubbed their joint photos from Instagram. For reality TV couples, that's basically the digital divorce decree. When you erase the wedding shots and happy family selfies, fans know something's up. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Some viewers claim Guillermo is subtly signaling he's the primary caregiver. One Reddit thread blew up after fans noticed Nicolas appears more in Guillermo's feed than Cara's. A user wrote, "If Cara had custody, wouldn't she be posting more with the baby? Guillermo looks like he's raising him solo." Another chimed in, "Cara wanted freedom, Guillermo wanted family. Guess who ended up with the toddler?" But before we crown Guillermo the full custody dad, let's check the facts. Other eagle-eyed fans point out Cara has been photographed with Nicolas, birthday parties, casual outings, even a co-parenting snap with Guillermo. Those posts suggested two are still sharing parenting duties, even if the romance is dead. In other words, Nicolas may have both parents in his corner, but Guillermo is simply louder about it online. There's also the TLC factor. Couples on contract are often careful about what they reveal and when. That means Guillermo's flood of dad life posts could be less about custody and more about keeping fans buzzing until the next season airs. After all, controversy equals ratings, and nothing gets people talking like custody drama. Still, the fan theories keep snowballing. Some believe Cara is purposely taking a back seat, focusing on her own independence, while Guillermo doubles down on being the family guy. Others think Cara's absence online is a strategic move, to avoid hate, to dodge questions, or maybe to keep her personal life private after all the cheating accusations. At the end of the day, we may not have an official custody ruling, but we do have a couple on the brink, a child caught in the middle, and a fan base dissecting every Instagram caption like it's a legal document. And you know TLC producers are eating this up. Custody drama makes for explosive reunion footage. And just when you think we're done with the drama, we're only getting started. Because up next, Sophie is putting Rob on full blast, accusing him of sabotaging her shot at the tell-all with a tantrum that might have cost her career. Let's set the stage. Sophie, Sierra, and Rob's relationship has always been pure TNT, full of infidelity, fighting, and explosive drama. But this time, the drama spilled way beyond their marriage and into Sophie's career. According to Sophie, she was supposed to be at the Hunt for Love tell-all. Yup, that big reunion special where cast members air dirty laundry and spill hidden secrets. But when the show taped, Sophie was MIA, and fans noticed instantly. Now, Sophie is accusing Rob of throwing a man-sized tantrum that got her kicked off the guest list. She claims Rob couldn't handle being on the same stage with her, so he pressured producers to pull her appearance. Why? Because, allegedly, he didn't want to be confronted about his own wild behavior, like those alleged hookups with co-star Jennifer at the single resort. Eyes? Rob, of course, has his own spin. During the tell-all, he openly shaded Sophie, calling her desperate and spilling details about her so-called exotic dating life. The gag? He shared all this without her permission, turning Sophie into the star of the segment even while she wasn't there. Sophie didn't stay quiet. Instead, she hit TikTok with a self-mocking video lip-syncing to a Love Island audio about dodging awkward questions. It was a wink to fans, basically saying, "Yeah, I should have been there, but Rob's tantrum ruined it." The post blew up with likes and comments, including one from fellow TLC castmate Teray Millette, who wrote it was weird Sophie wasn't even invited. Fans were quick to side with Sophie. One Reddit user said, "Rob torpedoed her invite because he couldn't handle the smoke. Classic ego move." Another quipped, "If you're so unbothered, why are you still talking about your ex every 5 minutes?" The fallout? Sophie says Rob cost her a career-defining moment. Being at the tell-all isn't just about closure. It's screen time, exposure, and the chance to shape your own narrative. Instead, Sophie was sidelined while Rob got to dominate the story. And let's be real, without her on stage, his version went unchecked. Even producers are catching flack. Fans argue they catered to Rob's demands instead of letting Sophie defend herself. That decision left viewers confused and disappointed, with one fan commenting, "How do you have a whole segment about Sophie without Sophie?" At this point, Sophie's fighting back the only way she can, through social media. And honestly, it might be working. Her TikTok was not only funny, it made Rob look petty, while she came across as self-aware and relatable. In the court of fan opinion, Sophie might have lost the stage, but she won the audience. Stick around because the drama doesn't end with Sophie and Rob's feud. It's about to get even juicier. Darcy and Stacey Silva are shaking things up with a crossover no one saw coming. And yes, it involves Tammy Slaton. All right, fashion fam, here's the scoop. Darcy and Stacey Silva are no strangers to making headlines. Between their TLC stardom and their House of 11 clothing line, they know how to keep their names in the buzz cycle. But this time, they've roped in Tammy Slaton, the breakout star of 1,000-Pound Sisters, and the internet can't decide if it's genius marketing or just plain bizarre. Here's what went down. Tammy recently popped up on social media showing off a new look, but instead of fans focusing on her glow-up, everyone zeroed in on her outfit, a gray, oversized t-shirt stamped with the bold House of 11 logo across the front, plus a black baseball cap from the same line. Basically, Tammy was rocking full Silva System merch. Cue the fan frenzy. Was this a paid partnership? Did Darcy and Stacy just hire Tammy as their brand ambassador? Or was this just a casual shout-out? The timing made it even juicier. Tammy debuted the outfit right around her engagement anniversary with Andrea, and word is the Silva twins sent her the gear as a celebratory gift. Tammy even posted the photos with a sweet caption thanking them. Still, fans weren't buying the just a gift narrative. On Reddit, one commenter wrote, "This is either the smartest collab ever or the most random one TLC has thrown at us." Another joked, "Tammy Slaton for House of 11? I'd buy the whole collection just to see the crossover episode." The twins themselves haven't confirmed anything official, but they did reshare Tammy's photos on their own socials, a clear signal they're leaning into the hype. And let's be real, the idea of Tammy as an ambassador makes sense. She's got a massive fan base, her weight loss journey has inspired thousands, and her glow-up has made her more marketable than ever. If House of 11 is trying to break into new markets, Tammy could be the wild card influencer to do it. Don't touch that dial because the fashion crossover may be wild, but the next story is pure scandal. Jasmine Pineda is finally breaking down her pregnancy timeline, and the revelations could prove Gino was right all along. Let's rewind the clock. For weeks, Jasmine Pineda has been at the center of a storm. Fans calling her out for breaking marriage rules, Gino fuming over trust issues, and Matt tangled in the mess of an open relationship gone wrong. But now Jasmine herself has dropped the missing puzzle piece, her pregnancy timeline. In the latest episodes, Jasmine revealed she only discovered she was pregnant during a routine gynecologist appointment. No big pregnancy announcement, no test at home, just a doctor's visit that turned her world upside down. She even admitted she thought she was hitting early menopause because women in her family had experienced it young. That's why she dismissed her late period and brushed off the signs. Instead of glowing mom-to-be, she was running, jumping, and living like nothing was different. When the doctor finally told her, Jasmine says she was in shock. She even confessed she felt guilty at first. Guilty for being upset, guilty for not recognizing what was happening sooner, and guilty because she was already under fire for breaking the rules. Her words? "I was still having my period, jumping and running like nothing. I thought it was menopause, and I discovered it during a routine appointment." Cue the ultrasound receipts. Jasmine posted a throwback photo of her scan to Instagram, marking the moment she first realized she was pregnant. She paired it with emotional captions about guilt, relief, and how hard the tell-all experience was when everyone came at her for being unfaithful. The fan response has been explosive. Some are sympathetic, saying no woman should be shamed for the timing of a pregnancy, especially when her body was sending confusing signals. Others, though, are pointing fingers, convinced the new timeline confirms what Gino suspected all along, that Jasmine broke their marriage agreement and crossed lines with Matt. One Redditor wrote, "If she thought it was menopause, why not take a test? This doesn't add up." Another fired back. Not every pregnancy is obvious. Stop acting like she staged this. The fandom is divided, but the debate is hotter than ever. And let's not forget the TLC angle. By revealing this now, on season 9 no less, Jasmine is basically guaranteeing herself a storyline that keeps viewers glued to the screen. Fans are already speculating producers saved this bombshell for maximum drama. Imagine the reunion fallout when Gino and Matt both weigh in with their versions of events. Popcorn! For Jasmine, this reveal is her way of regaining control. After being painted as the villain, she's reframing the narrative. Not sneaky cheater, but shocked woman blindsided by biology. Whether the audience buys it or not is a different story, but you can't say she didn't deliver a jaw-dropper. So if you love the drama, smash that like button, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and sound off in the comments. Whose side are you on? Don't forget to follow us on socials for all the tea between uploads. And trust me, tomorrow's drop, you're not ready. Let's just say another TLC star is about to light the fandom on fire with the confession no one saw coming. This is Paper Highlighter, and until next time, stay messy, stay fabulous, and stay tuned.